like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to
Hey, what's up everybody? Joshua Casper back at you with another video tutorial. Today we're putting Nectar 3 to the test on a nice vocal here. And through the process, I'm going to show you a lot of what's available inside of Nectar 3. Obviously not everything, because that's, a full course worth of material. But we're going to be using the vocal assistant. We're going to be using the Unmask feature. We're going to be using the de-esser, the gate to remove breath. We're going to be using the harmony module to add harmonies to certain parts of the vocal, delay, reverb, and so on and so forth. So stick around. The video might be a little bit longer than usual, but you're going to get a great idea of what Nectar 3 has to offer if you're thinking about getting it. If you work with vocals in any capacity, Nectar 3 is really something you want to take a look at, and really something you probably want in your arsenal, because it just has everything you need for vocals, and specifically geared towards vocals right inside of it. So let's just go ahead and get started. This is the vocal I have.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan, goodbye.
All right, and this is what it sounded like before Nectar.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan, goodbye.
So it does quite a good job, right? I'm gonna go ahead and delete Nectar 3. I'm gonna drop it back on the channel. And one thing that's really cool about Nectar 3 is it's got the vocal assistant. So the vocal assistant is like the master assistant in Ozone 8, and the track assistant in Neutron 2, and the repair assistant in RX7. So what it does is uses machine learning. So it studied thousands of cases of vocals and how they were processed. And what it does is then listen to your vocal, and using those test cases, make decisions on the mix level on how to process your vocals to make them sound better. And then obviously it's like a custom preset or a custom starting place that you can then jump in and tweak out to your heart's desire or to taste. So the other thing that's really, really cool about Nectar 3 is the Unmask feature. So this is like the masking feature in Neutron 2, where what it does is discovers frequency conflicts in your mix by analyzing two or more tracks and how they interact with one another in terms of frequency positions. What this does is actually automatically creates an EQ curve to unmask your vocal. So what it does is attenuate certain frequencies in a different track to make sure the frequencies that your vocal takes up are nice and empty for your vocals to sit in, and therefore it makes them clearer and easier to hear and brighter and so on and so forth. So we're going to actually use both of these as starting points, and you can see that I can't actually use the Unmask feature right now, and that's because I don't have another instance of Nectar 3 inside of my project, but there's a better way to do it if I don't need Nectar 3 on another channel, and that's using the relay that comes with Nectar 3. So if I bring this and put this on the piano, for example, it's going to pop up this little plugin. It's right here. It's essentially just a placeholder that Nectar 3 can see and then listen to the audio from that channel. So if I come back into Nectar 3, I open it up, now I can use it. So the cool thing about it is I can use the vocal assistant and the Unmask, or one or the other. So I'm gonna actually use both. So I'm gonna click next, and now you can choose vibe. So vintage or modern for vocals, and if you have dialogue, obviously there's a dialogue here. And then intensity, light, moderate, or aggressive. I'm gonna go ahead and go aggressive, just so you maybe get an over the top idea of what the vocal assistant can do. However, if this were me in a real situation, I'd probably start with moderate, because I can always push or roll back on any changes that are made. But let's just start with aggressive for now. On Mask, we have a drop down, and we need to choose whatever we want. It might be a good idea if you have a complex project to rename this. So I could rename it piano. And then down here in the drop down, it says piano, so I can stay focused on what's happening. I'm going to click next. It's going to say waiting for you to play the audio. So I'm going to let it do that until the process is done.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan, goodbye. I'll stick around till it's time to fly. Don't get it twisted, if I lost it I would miss it, but I don't plant my roots so low. I like an exit before I wreck it, so when it's time to go, don't make me feel like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need
All right, so now I can accept the changes if I like the way it sounds out of the gate. And you can see the list up here at the top is the vocal assistant and what it's done. And down here is just saying that it has unmasked using whatever relay or Nectar 3 instance you have. Boom, unmasking your vocals, it's done. I'm gonna hit accept. And we can see what's happened here. So it hasn't added any pitch correction. I don't think it needs to, and I'm not sure it ever does. I've never seen it actually activated from the vocal assistant, but if you want to come in and turn it on right there, boom. It hasn't activated the gate. There's an EQ here with some subtractive EQ going on. It's added the de-esser over here, and we're going to go through each of these and see what it does, but it's added a second EQ to make things brighter and kind of de-mud this area here. And there's a compressor to make sure things don't get too crazy in the dynamic range. And then there's reverb. So let's go ahead and listen to the before and after of the vocal assistant.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan, goodbye.
So very, very cool. Now let's go ahead and run everything and unmask the unmasking part. So I'm going to deactivate the unmasking for Nectar, and let's see if we can hear the difference. So we're actually using it on a piano that's really low in the frequency spectrum. So it's not going to be too obvious in like your laptop or your cell phone. So make sure to put your headphones in or have your studio monitors activated to hear the difference here.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan, goodbye. I'll stick around till it's time to fly.
So it hasn't really unmasked a lot, but it does do a really good job when there is more of a frequency conflict happening. Another cool thing about that is, you can put it on multiple channels inside of a group. So I might, if I had a lead in here too, I might group the chords and the lead together and then unmask via the bus or the group. And that way you can get rid of all of that frequency content instead of one channel at a time. I mean, we're good to go. The vocal sticks out anyway, so I don't need to worry about it. So let's jump into Nectar 3 and start making changes. The first thing I want to do is turn on the gate, and I want to remove the breaths. If we listen here.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause
She's taking big breaths, and sometimes you want that so it feels more natural, but just so you can check out the gate, let's remove them. I'm going to turn the gate on.
Yeah, like I'm doing time.
And we got to start adjusting things until we remove that breath.
Don't get it twisted. Design. You need to understand, no master plan, goodbye. I'll stick around till it's time to fly.
I think that's got it.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design.
So we are getting rid of some of these breaths. Some of them are a little bit more choppy, and that's what you need to do. You need to come in here and open and close this gate until you get rid of just the vocal or just the breath there.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to
So look at that. Just opening it up a little bit more, and we've gotten rid of the breath. There's nothing coming in that sounds choppy or distorted or glitchy. It's just gotten rid of those breaths.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design.
Boom. So that's how to use the gate to get rid of breath sounds, and it could also be used to get rid of if there's like a low rumbling or background noise from the vocal and you want to get rid of it when there's no singing happening. You use the gate for that too. Subtractive EQ, very straightforward. Let's check out the de-esser to make sure we're just getting those S's, the THs, and the CHs attenuated over here.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan, goodbye. I'll stick around till it's time to fly.
Cool, and it looks pretty good. Don't have to do too much there. So the EQ here, the only other change I'm gonna make is putting on a dynamic high pass or low cut filter. I'm just gonna click on it, and you can actually put as many points on here as you want, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what the max level is, but I'm sure it's more than enough. I'm gonna double click here to change the slope. So if I just do 24, cool. And what I'm gonna do is click this flyout menu, and then for the dynamics, I'm gonna click frequency, and watch what happens. The yellow here is where I've placed it, so at 43 Hertz, but the actual white is the actual position of the low cut filter.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design.
So you see how it's following the lowest pitch of the vocal itself, and that way we're cutting off that subby low end that we don't need, that doesn't change the overall tone of the voice. It doesn't change the character of the voice, but it does muddy up the low end. Let's get rid of it if we don't need it. And we can do that simply enough by just putting on that dynamic EQ down there with the frequency mapped. Let's see, what's next? We got the reverb. I'm going to turn the reverb up because I think this particular track is suited better with reverb. Just clicking here, you can see that only the mid-range frequencies are getting reverb added to it. And what I'm going to do is just turn the mix up.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design.
We can add a little bit of saturation if we want.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan, goodbye.
Sounds pretty good to me. Let's click right here. And the cool thing about Nectar 3 is you can have up to 2 compressors and 2 EQs, okay? So if I wanted to add another compressor at the end, we could. I'm not going to do that right now, but I just wanted to let you know. I'm going to hit delay, put the delay in front of the reverb. Another thing about Nectar 3 is you can easily change the device chain over here by just clicking and dragging. You also have digital, tape, analog, grunge, and echo.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan, goodbye. I'll stick around till it's time to fly. Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am...
Cool. So that's that. Very simple, straightforward delay there. And the really only other thing I want to do for this particular vocal is add some harmonies to certain parts of the verse here, and then for pretty much the entire chorus. So click right here and add harmony. And I'm going to put the harmony in front of the delay, in front of the reverb. And this thing is really, really cool. And no matter what, when you use any sort of plugin to make harmonies, it's going to sound a little bit fishy if you push it too far. So I like to have it pretty subdued, but definitely in there and makes things sound thicker and bigger. But I never push the manipulated part too far in front because then you can hear it and it sounds a little bit wonky. So let's go ahead and listen to what it sounds like.
Yeah, like I'm doing time.
So right now we've got unison, which just means it's doubling up on the vocal. It hasn't changed the pitch any, and we're going to change the pitch, but this is what it is. And over here we can actually change the pitch correction if we want to turn it on, and that's over here with the pitch correction. We don't have it on, so it doesn't matter. But we have time variation and pitch variation. This is going to make it sound like she's saying in the same pitch with the same words at the same time, but obviously due to just nature, she can't do it perfectly. Otherwise, it would be robotic and we get flanging and phasing. So just adding this variation to pitch and time is going to make things sound more natural. So if I boost this up.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here.
So now we're getting like a very short, quick echo, essentially.
Yeah, like I'm doing time.
So this is just her getting crazy. So I don't really like to put too much pitch variation. I do like to really boost up the time variation to make it sound more realistic.
Yeah, like I'm doing time.
What's cool is you can click and drag in here to move the panning and the gain. So this makes things easier.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design.
So now we can add another one. We just got to double click and we got it. We come in here, instead go, a +7 or something, +5.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here.
And then we can solo it to see what it sounds like by itself.
Yeah, like I'm doing time.
So you can hear it's a little bit flangy, you know what I mean? It doesn't sound perfect, and that's why I like to take the gain and put it way down.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan, goodbye.
So right now it's really noticeable, but once you put the effects on it.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design.
And then once you put it with the music.
Yeah, like I'm doing time.
It really just sounds natural, right? It doesn't sound like it's being crazy. So I'm going to put one more over here, and let's drop it down like, -3 or something.
Yeah, like I'm doing time. 'Cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan goodbye. I'll stick around till it's time to fly. Don't get it twisted, if I lost it I would miss it, but I don't plant my roots so low.
For this particular module, I want to modulate the on-off switch here, which is the harmony bypass button. So I click that inside Ableton Live, and then I have it. And what I want it to happen, I leave it down here at the bottom, and when I don't want it to happen, I'll have it up here at the top.
Don't get it twisted.
So let's listen to the beginning.
Yeah, like I'm doing time.
So...
Yeah, like I'm doing time. 'Cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand. You need to understand. You need to understand. No master plan goodbye. I'll stick around.
And this is the process. Just find what you think should be doubled up on or what might naturally be doubled up on, and just go ahead and turn that bypass on for the parts that should be solo and let it happen when the parts should be doubled.
Yeah, like I'm doing time. 'Cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan goodbye. I'll stick around till it's time to fly.
So I actually want to turn this off and then, yeah.
I'll stick around till it's time to fly.
Let's turn off that scrolling feature for a second. And you want to get it pretty tight, right? You want to make sure everything is pretty tight. I'm going to not get too tight with it because then I'll take up too much of your time. But if I go ahead and unsolo it and just listen to it by itself with all the effects.
Yeah, like I'm doing time. 'Cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan goodbye.
I really like that part, the way it comes in. But what I'm going to do is take the mix and bring it down so it's not like too in your face.
Yeah, like I'm doing time.
Oh, beautiful. Let's listen to the chorus.
Don't get it twisted, if I lost it I would miss it, but I don't plant my roots so low.
Sounding good. It looks like we're clipping over here.
Yeah.
So we can easily just turn on the limiter and we won't get that clipping anymore.
I lost it I would miss it, but I lost it I would miss it, but I don't plant my roots so low.
We can also filter out some of the low end here.
Yeah, like I'm doing time. Yeah, like I'm doing time. 'Cause I am here by my own design.
So that sounds pretty good, guys. Let's go ahead and listen to it with the music and everything all together.
Yeah, like I'm doing time. 'Cause I am here by my own design. You need to understand, no master plan goodbye. I'll stick around till it's time to fly. Don't get it twisted, if I lost it I would miss it, but I don't plant my roots so low. I like an exit before I wreck it, so when it's time to go.
And I think it sounds phenomenal. And hopefully you got a good idea of what's available inside of here. The only thing I didn't touch on was the pitch correction. To do that, you just turn it on. For example, this is E minor, so I'd come over here and choose E and minor, and now I'll just make sure that everything is, exactly on pitch. The vocal that I have here from the vocal pack, and I'll leave a link to it, hopefully if I remember, it's pretty much on point anyway. I don't know if it was corrected already or not, but I just turn down the strength and maybe let it ride.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here.
And you can see when the ball starts to move outside of the center here, the circle, it just means it's being corrected a little bit. That's all that means. And speed, the faster you go, the more obvious it's going to be. So if you kind of roll back on the speed, the correction will be a little bit more gradual, a little bit more natural.
Yeah, like I'm doing time, 'cause I am here by my own design.
And I think that's pretty much it. What did I miss? Dimensions, it has chorus, flanger, and phaser. And what else? We got saturation. We got a bunch of different saturation types. So analog, retro, tape, tube, warm, decimate, distort. So this is a really, really great vocal processing suite. Again, if you're doing any work professionally or you want to be doing work professionally with vocals, I highly suggest Nectar just because it's got so much that you're going to do anyway, all wrapped up inside of one. And it's got that Unmask feature, which is just, you know, it's so future, it's ridiculous. And the vocal assistant giving you a custom preset for your vocals just as a starting point very quickly and very hands-off is, you know, workflow time saver is always a plus in my book. Anyway, I hope you learned something. Links in the video description. I'll see you next time.